Welcome back. So for this example, we're going to do a string conversion. What does that mean? That means if we input data as a string, can we convert it to a numerical value, for example? And that's what we're going to do right now. So to do that, you need this library, stdlib.h, okay? So let me just show you quickly what functions are available for you for conversions. As you can see here, you has ATOF, ATOI. These are functions that allow you, one, to convert to a double or a float type, to an integer, etc. Okay? And you have other things you can do also, other functions that you could use. For example, if you want to do some integer arithmetics, you could do absolute values, etc. So these are some really good places to explore and see what might be available for you for your project and what you might want to do. Right now, I'm going to use ATOF. Let's see how that works. Let's say I have two numbers that I want to add together and print the result. However, these numbers are going to be entered as strings because basically what you're entering through the keyboard are character values, even though you're typing a number, right? Okay. So let's do that. So let's say char number 1, the first number we're going to enter, and I'm going to give it 10 spaces. So I can have 10 decimal spaces for this number. And let's do char number 2, and again, 10 spaces. Okay. And then I'm going to ask the user to enter these two, and then maybe store them right here, result. Okay. Just so we can see that we can actually store these in a float value. So maybe something like this, printf. Enter the first number. Okay. And let's do a scanf here. Let me see why this moved this way. Here you go. And then let's do a scanf, and that would be a %s number 1. Now remember, number 1 is an array, so you don't need an and %. Okay, very good. So now let's ask for the second number. Printf, enter the second number. And we're going to do scanf. And again, %s number 2. Now remember, number 1 and number 2 are still strings. They're characters. So we need to convert them. We need to convert them into a float. One way to do this, we could say result. And remember, the function is called ATOF. ATOF. And then it will take an argument. And that will be the string that you want to convert to a float value. So if you just kept this ATOF number 1, then it will result will have number 1 as a value stored in result. But we're doing an addition. So you can combine these as an operation. So these are function calls where you're supplying an argument of type string and it returns for you a float, right? So number 2. And now let's go ahead and print the result, printf. Result equals, and let's put a %.2f, so 2 decimal point precision /n, and let's go ahead and print the result. Okay, so this lesson, the objective is to see how an ATOF function will work, which we're dealing with string conversions where we need this header file to be able to do this. Okay. So we're converting strings to floats. So let's go ahead, compile and run this. Okay, so it's asked me for the first number, 1.1, and then the second number, 2.2. And sure enough, we end up with 3.3. Stay tuned for the next lesson on string manipulation.